Hello everybody, we are here with episode 2 of the No DLC playthrough, and at the end of the last episode, actually I think it was partway through it, but I asked you guys if we should include the tents as well as the ATVs, and you guys said yes, and the reason for that is tents and ATVs are part of the base game on console. But on PC, we have to buy these as DLC, so it only made sense that we would include the tents and ATVs into the mix, and the ground blinds come with the tents, so we can actually use those as well, which is really, really cool. So, let's go ahead and start using some of these tents, getting set up on some whitetail zones, and we can really start grinding up some cash and experience. And now, even though I did ask you guys in the last episode if we should use those things, I didn't actually take the advice from the video because shortly after I put up a poll and just left it up to a poll because I felt that was the quicker way to get the answer because, I mean, we're only 4 hours after I recorded episode 1 and I'm already on episode 2. Not gonna lie, I really had a lot of fun and I just could not wait until I put out episode 1 to start recording episode 2. So I just put up a poll and asked you guys via the community tab here on YouTube what we should end up doing, and I think it was over 80% of you said to use the tents and the ATVs. Well, there we got a few little whitetail down there. Let's go ahead and try to get a shot into this buck right here and see if we can nail him. That should be a pretty good hit right there. And because of the fact that I'm recording this shortly after recording episode 1, I still have not seen what maps you guys want us to introduce into the series, because I did say we would introduce 2 DLC maps as the only DLC exceptions in this series. Since only having 2 maps for a whole series could get quite boring and repetitive, we had to add a couple more in just to give us more options for hunting. But we are going to be using just the base game trophy lodge, and I think what we're going to try and do is fill every single plaque in there with one trophy or another. We're going to try and do that at least, and then leave the middle platform for just whatever trophies we manage to get that are on the other 2 maps. We can have one nice multi-mount between those other maps. Alright, so we are sneaking up on some of these ducks, as you guys can probably tell by the super loud quacking. And we're going to go ahead and take some of them out. That should be at least a couple of them dead, and if not, then we will go for some here. And that is another one down. You know, to be honest, it's kind of hard to tell what was there. I don't know if we hit the ones that I wanted, but we got at least one of them as they were flying away. Yeah, I completely missed the ones on the shore. That does not surprise me. You guys should all know by now, I suck at shooting ducks, so yeah, that doesn't surprise me that I missed one of the easiest shots I could have possibly had on them. You know, buckshot sure is not ideal, but until we get birdshot, it's the best we can do. We gotta get that weapon score up somehow, and I figure some random ducks is a good way to do so. Slowly finding more and more zones for the whitetail. We're getting there. We're getting there for sure. We're trying to get all the way up this river and up to this outpost, and just find as much as we can on the way. I don't want to spend all of these early videos on whitetail, but right now it's just the easiest one to focus on, as we do need to work towards a great one. And we also can get a good amount of money and XP just from hunting them as we unlock the map, since we do need to unlock all of the outposts and stuff like that. You know, since we're still pretty early on in this series and haven't really established the goals and limitations fully yet, since I am greatly shaping the series off of what you guys are going to give me feedback on, we aren't going to be talking over the rules in these first few episodes, but then once we finally establish a set list of boundaries and stuff that we can't cross in this particular series, then we will end up putting a list of all of the series rules at the beginning of each episode so that anybody that hasn't been a part of these first few episodes can kind of know exactly what we're going for with the series. There's our buck. I've been searching for him for a solid like 4 or 5 minutes at this point, and it turns out he was just over here. This thing did not go nearly as far as I expected it to, and the tracks completely disappeared, so it was not easy to find, but we did finally get him. And not only did we get him, but we also got a level up, which means we've got a brand new skill point that we can toss in here. Let's go ahead and get some spotting knowledge. That's going to be pretty useful to have. Beautiful. Well, what do we have here? That is a mega herd of whitetail, or possibly two herds side by side. Really could be either, but yeah, that's a lot of deer. That is a lot of deer. This is going to be a good zone to set up on, I think. We should probably get a tent placed down, but of course I gotta go ahead and put a shot into one of these first. That is going to be a dead deer. You know, thankfully for this particular zone, we actually do have a preset stand, which means we can use that to our advantage. But I think first we will go ahead and just place a tent somewhere, if I can find what slot I put it in. For some reason, it's in slot 1. I wanted it in slot 0, so let's go ahead and drop that there. Beautiful. Now we can easily get to this zone. You know, something I'm really curious about is what did doing one level of spotting knowledge even add to our information? Like, it says reveals additional information about how aware the animal is of nearby threats, but I'm like 99% sure that we were able to see when stuff was alert before anyway. This is my first time restarting the game since they made some of the perk and skill changes in the last update, with the whole range estimates being on the spotting, as well as the zeroing perks being a little bit easier to get. So I don't know if this was something that happened since then, but it doesn't seem like anything changed by getting level 1. Maybe it just made it more detailed. I don't know if it said nervous before when an animal was nervous, so maybe that's one of the things that got changed. But before, I'm pretty sure we were able to see whenever something was alerted or nervous or anything like that. I really feel like it was showing it before. Maybe I'm wrong, though. All right, well, we are really close to this guy, so let's just run up a little bit more and get a shot off into him. Well, that's 2 shots into that buck right there. To be honest, I didn't think he was going to spook that quickly. Normally, they will give you a little bit of time before they dart off, but he did not. That thing booked it immediately, and is there no blood? There's no blood. Well, that's unfortunate. I mean, it clearly died, but that's really strange. No blood at all. Maybe there was just too many tracks already in the area. I mean, either way, we killed him, so I guess that's all that really matters, but the question is, where did he go? I have no idea where his blood is even gonna be. There we go. There is our buck. We did find some of the blood finally, and he did not go far at all. In fact, first shot, not great. Second shot, though, demolished him. And that got us a total of just 25 on the shotgun score. So that's not exactly ideal. I was really trying to get a nice clean shot there so we could actually get some shotgun score racked up, but got about the same as we would have by just shooting a turkey, so that's unfortunate. Well, we have found a couple zones right up ahead, and one of the herds is actually moving towards us, so we're going to go ahead and wait for them and use this as the perfect opportunity to level up the shotgun score once again, since we failed miserably on the last one. There he is. That is the deer we're going to take down. Let's go ahead and aim at him, and that should be good right there. That was a much better angle than the previous one, so there should be no reason why we wouldn't have got him there, but we can definitely hope that we did get a good shot. You know, these tracks are being absolutely terrible right now. So many of these trails we've been following have been so spaced out to where it's making it difficult to find the next track at times. And even right here, that is definitely not the next track for this guy. We're just gonna have to roam around until we spot him. He shouldn't have gone too far. Oh, yeah, here he is. What do you know? Well, that was a lot better shot than previously. I mean, 44 weapon score. That's so much better than what we had on the last buck. Just goes to show how important those vital hits are when you're trying to level up weapon score. And we've got a couple herds over here. This is actually one of the groups that we found when we first started this series. And it's definitely going to be one that we end up hunting. There is a decent bit of zones over here, and that was probably our very first heart shot. Let's go for another one. That should be a good shot as well. Definitely not a heart, but probably vitals. Well, that is quite the awesome zone. It just keeps getting better and better. This area is just filled with whitetail zones. We got 4 in close proximity, actually 5 if you count the one up here. And I'm sure that this little coast over here probably has a couple almost every time that I've gone through here. In multiplayer, there is some there, and it's the same with my main save as well. That account has loads of whitetail down here, and yeah, there we go. There is some whitetail in that zone. Beautiful. It's a couple of small ones, but you know what? It's still money. So let's go ahead and take a shot at this guy right here. That should be good. And if we can, we'll get one of these as well. Beautiful. Well, only the second one of those died, and out of the first 2, only the first one died, so not doing so hot in terms of vital hits. We've got, I think, 2 for 4 right now. What we're going to do is, instead of going to claim them now, I'm going to continue searching the coast and spotting as many zones as I can, and then once we've shot a bunch of them, we'll go through with an ATV and claim all of them. We found another zone down here a little ways, and we do have a good buck in it, so we're going to go ahead and take that down. We're not doing too good with the long-range shots, so maybe this will be a little bit easier to accomplish, and then we can also try to get... Well, I was going to say we could try to get one of the other bucks, but I misplaced where it was and aimed at a doe instead. I mean, when you actually make a good shot, they don't go that far at all, so that's nice. That was a beautiful buck as well, 210.17. Love getting these nice golds as they give us the most cash and XP, as well as just looking the best. Well, there is another zone. This one is not in a very good spot, though. This is probably literally the worst that we could have had for a zone. I was really hoping we wouldn't get one here. This has happened before on my main account, and we started our Great One grind with a zone like this, and it was not fun. I actually ended up deleting this zone because I hated its placement so much. Maybe we'll end up doing that too, but for now, we just gotta deal with it. Yeah, let's see if we can get another one. I don't know if we'll get aimed in time, and that should be a dead deer and the end of our polymer tip bullets. Well, that's gonna be a non-vital hit, it looks like, and that means it's not gonna die anytime soon. Nowhere near as quick as the first one that we shot here, as this one should not be too far away, actually. In fact, it's right here. Beautiful. So let's grab this guy. Now we got to go work our way towards this other one, because it looks like it just died. That pressure just appeared. There's that buck that we shot on the run. Not great shooting, but you know what? It got it down. Well, I found another zone, but it appears to be a solo doe zone. So I'm not going to worry too much about that one. I think what we're going to end up doing is putting a tent like right over here so I can check these 2 zones. Because both of them did actually have a good amount of deer. So we're going to go ahead and fast travel back and grab the 2 deer that we killed and then ATV over to the spot where I want to place that tent. So this is that deer that we dropped on the spot, and it was a hard shot. That is really amazing to see. We actually should get some money for this as well, if I'm not mistaken, through the Hunt Club Weekly Challenge. Did I already claim that? I don't remember claiming that. Well, oh, actually, there we go. Now it's actually letting us. So that's an extra 500 cash right there. And I believe the next one will be 1,000. Yeah, that's really good. So, I mean, if we can get up to this many, 35 to be exact, 100% quick kill kills, that's going to be pretty substantial. I mean, that's going to be a lot of money. And there is the last deer that we have down. Let's go ahead and grab that one. That was just a single lung, so that explains why it died a little bit slower and ran farther than some of the other ones. But no 100% quick kill, so that's not going to work towards the challenge, unfortunately. All right, there we go. Place down that tent next to these zones, and now we have got a decent bit of stuff set up on the map. All right, let's go ahead and get a shot into this decent buck right here. He's not facing us, unfortunately. I mean, maybe if I shoot this one first and then move to him, we'll actually be able to get him. Let's see. Wow. That worked way better than I thought it would. That was actually pretty crazy how well that worked out. We luckily got a heart shot as well. Yeah, that is vitals on the first one, as well as this second one right here that we just absolutely dropped. And yeah, that was a heart shot. Literally nothing but flesh, heart, and humerus. That's kind of crazy. We got so lucky there. Like, a little bit more to the right, and we would have completely missed a little bit more to the left, and we would have got lungs as well. I mean, you can't really get much better than that. That is about as perfect of a heart shot as you could possibly hit. And what a better kill to level up on. That is beautiful. I think I misspoke there, but you know what? It is what it is. You guys know what I mean. That's about the best case scenario for a level up. A crazy heart shot like that to get to level 5 and earn a new perk point, which at this point, I don't know what we're going to put it into. We could start going towards stuff like steady hands, breath control, or zeroing, or we could do sprint and load so that I can reload while moving. I don't really know. I mean, we could even start working towards fast shouldering and recoil management. There's a lot of options, but I think what we're going to do is probably go with breath control. You know, breath control is actually a very important thing because it makes it so that we can hold our breath longer and not have as big of a penalty when we exhale, and that is going to be pretty big. Let's go ahead and grab this guy as well. Look at that. And that's going to be a total of, I believe, another 100 weapon score, which means we're getting very close to being able to purchase the Hyperion scope, as well as some of the ammunition for the 270 if we'd like to. All right, let's go ahead and drop a shot into a couple of these bucks if we can. I'd like to get 2 of them, but I mean, if we can only get 1, then it is what it is. But let's go for that guy as well as that one. I am 99% sure that we hit him on the second shot, but the first one probably hit the hill in front. So we for sure are going to kill one of them. The other guy is kind of questionable. I don't know if that guy is going to go down. Yeah, he's definitely not going down. That thing is continuing to run. But I mean, we did get one of them, so it is what it is. And we also have built the hunting structure for 1,700 credits. I think that is money well spent. I do believe that that is going to be a good investment just to keep this zone alive. There's that first buck that we ended up shooting, 179.59, another 39 weapon score, and a little bit more cash as well. Let's go for another shot out of this zone now that we have reset the time, and I guess it probably would help if I actually put some ammo in there. Let's go ahead and take the shot now. You know, as much as I love the loadouts, there's definitely a little bit of bugginess if you don't save the loadout and then go back to the main menu or close the game. Then you come back in and something will be unequipped, and it is a little frustrating, but you know what? It's a work in progress. It's still a very early implementation of loadouts. I mean, this is the update they implemented them in, so it's definitely something that I think will get improved over time. But right now, it's definitely not perfect. Well, we ended up getting both of them. One dropped on the spot with a beautiful heart shot, and then the other one doesn't seem to have ran very far. There we go. That one is just a single lung, but again, that is some money towards getting the Hyperion scope, and in fact, I think we have enough for it, and we definitely do. Well, we just discovered a new whitetail zone over here, which is another good candidate for a zone that we should be hunting quite a bit, as this lake has an outpost right next to it. This is Runaki Lake, and having 2 zones here is actually pretty amazing. And having 2 zones here is actually really good because this is going to make it a much better use of our ground blinds since we don't get a lot of them. I want to make sure that we are making the best decisions with where we end up placing them. We're going to hope that that ends up hitting vitals. It's questionable, but it's worth a shot. Now, let's go ahead and drop down this ground blind, and we will try to take a shot into the other group. That group, I didn't want to shoot without the blind. Because of the fact that we had already killed a couple there, I didn't want to add too much more hunting pressure. It seems that it spooked some of them, but then others decided to stay behind, so we should actually be able to get a good shot in here very shortly if one of them turns broadside. And they're gone. Well, that's unfortunate. Well, we actually did end up getting vitals on that buck, which is a little surprising, but you know what? I'll take it. And we can finally purchase the Hyperion scope. I just unlocked it via the weapon score. I believe we needed 901, and we're now at 907. And that also means we're very close to being able to purchase the 270 ammo, which is going to be pretty massive as well. Oh, how nice it feels to have this beautiful scope finally mounted on our gun. This is going to be a very massive step up in this series. This is pretty incredible. Let's go ahead and take the first shot with our beautiful Hyperion scope. And that's the only buck I can see at the moment, so let's drop one right in there, and then if we can... No, we're not going to be able to get another one. Now, let's get one more kill on that little doe right there. We're primarily just trying to get a little bit of money and weapon score so that we can unlock the 270 poly tips. So, whatever gets in our way, provided we aren't shooting it down to one animal, we will be taking them. There's a buck right there. Let's go ahead and line up on him. And once again, drop a shot into another deer. We are going to be getting very close to that 270 poly tips right after we claim these three. We got to be almost there. There is 40 right there, and I believe if we claim the other two, we should either be at the number needed or almost at the number we need. Not a lot of weapon score for that one, as the quick kill is probably pretty bad. Yeah, 0%. So that actually is going to hurt how quickly we can get this. We might have to kill a couple more. There's the last deer, and yeah, that's not going to be enough. I just took a look at it, and we're going to have to kill one more. So we'll go do that after we put in this skill point, which I think this time we are going to put it... I mean, we got to put it into spotting knowledge. That's going to be a good one. So let's just do that. We might as well work all the way up to sight spotting while we're at it. You know, you never realize how much you rely on some of the DLCs until you're no longer able to use them. In this situation, I really am missing stuff like the AR and the 22. There's a lot of guns that I'm really missing having the option of using. And this is definitely going to be a very different experience because of that. This playthrough is going to be quite a tough one, but I think we're up for the challenge. And just like that, we should have the polymer tip bullets for the 270 finally unlocked. Let's take a quick look. I believe so. Either that or we're literally like 4 short. Oh no. Are we 4 short? We might be. Too short. We're literally too short. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, no way. We've got a level 3 as a respawn from one of the bucks that we shot in episode 1. Oh my gosh, look at that monster. Well, this is going to be quite the way to get the money to buy 270 poly tips. This... oh my gosh. That is absolutely insane. Man, that is the last thing that I expected to see here. That is crazy. And now we actually have the Hyperion scope, so we can make a nice shot into this guy without having to worry about it not hitting where we aim. Let's go ahead and take this guy down. That is absolutely crazy. I cannot believe that that was one of the very first respawns that we get out of this zone. That is just absurd. There we go. There is our very first diamond buck. There's no way this guy doesn't make it. I believe that is one of the big racks. That is so cool to be seeing a diamond whitetail so early. 272 even. Wow. That is the last thing I expected to get. How much money do we have? We have 3,600. If I tax him now, we won't have enough money to buy any 270 ammo. So, I think what we're going to do is we're going to save the harvest for now. Of course, we're going to go ahead and get some pictures of him as well. I should save first. There we go. Harvest is saved. That is crazy. What a monster buck to be starting out with. That is pretty crazy. Well, that checks the whitetail off the list of something we need to get a diamond or rare for. We can finally place something in the lodge once we get the money to do so. But I just want to be able to purchase a little bit of 270 ammo in the meantime. So let's go ahead and do that. And then we'll go tax it and put it in the lodge. There we go. Let's go ahead and buy one thing of the 270 poly tips. And that will leave us enough money to still be able to tax that beautiful, beautiful whitetail. So let's go ahead and do that. We got the saved harvest right here. Let's tax this bad boy right there. And boom, now we got one taxed trophy. And we're going to go put him in the lodge right now. And there he is, the first of many trophies here in the Layton Lakes Trophy Cabin. That is so beautiful. Love to see it. And it's a wonderful first edition. And such a monster deer as well. Like, that is the last thing I expected as our first diamond. A giant 272 scoring whitetail deer. That's pretty crazy. and definitely a great first edition. But let me know down in the comments what you guys thought of this episode. And yeah, if you got any criticisms or tips or suggestions, let me know and I'll read through the comments as always. If you're brand new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and also hit the bell if you haven't. That is the best way to be notified whenever I post a video. Also, join the Discord if you haven't. It's in the description of all my videos. I always forget to mention it, but it is there if you guys want to join it. But thank you all so much for being here, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace!